What's up, bosses? I'm JoeMan543. I set a lot of stuff up here. Um, yes, yes, I'm live streaming tonight. It is Friday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Hopefully, I sound well enough. I thought I'd be moving around a lot, so I wanted to have a mobile mic. And this headset mic, my best option. I've tried different options. This is my best one I have right now. So, I'd like to welcome everyone that is here right at the start of the stream. Don't mind me leaning over my desktop to get to my laptop here. The desktop is what we'll be working on tonight. And the laptop is running the stream. Also, I'm streaming at 1080p. Hopefully, it's keeping up. And yeah, hopefully there's no issue there. All right, well, welcome to Canamex. LPL Walk of Heaven Spied behind you. Pimp Daddy, Gas Mask William. What's up, Joe? What's up, Gas Mask William? Hardy Squid. Can't say have a good stream. Thanks, Hardy Squid. Guy. Is this the man named Joe in the Tales? Indeed. Jay the Blaze. Noobified. And that's everyone so far. Welcome to the stream. Yes, so tonight, what are we doing tonight? Tonight, I'm going to be overclocking my PC here, specifically the CPU. I've already overclocked the video card, but the CPU itself is going to get overclocked. Name I can think of. Processor, CPU. It's the thing that does the thinking in the middle of the motherboard. So before we do that, we need to get a base for how much is it going to improve and where are we at right now. So I'm going to switch to my little camera here. Hopefully things work out nicely. All right. So you can see I have a monitor set up here. Don't mind that the monitor is leaning against the tower and a bottle of laundry detergent. I was lacking in the monitor stand department. So you can see it on the monitor here. Here I have a benchmark thing I'm going to run in a minute here. Let's just look at what we've been idling at for, I don't know, the last half hour or so. So it might be hard to see here, but my graphics card has been idling at 47 degrees Celsius. 100 is normally like the limit. Don't cross, you'll kill it. And then if we come down here to my CPU, those doing absolutely nothing are at almost 70 degrees. Well, some of them are. 1 and 2 are, looks like 3, and the other ones are actually down closer to 60. Anyway, but they're doing nothing, and that's where they are. Now, I have all these things here ready for graphing. Don't worry too much about all that. I have all those graphs ready because I'm going to run a benchmark, and we're going to see what we start out at. So here we go. Running benchmark. It'll take several minutes. Yes. All right. Oh no, this is the sad music. We're supposed to do this once I melt the computer, not before. Yeah. Here we go. Sorry, my laptop is limited on the music. In the meantime, let's see if I can do this right here. Perfect. You can kind of see me. Hey, but you can see the screen as well. Stream at 8K and your computer will scream. My internet connection will scream. I could stream at 8K if Comcast would give me a more upload speed, but they'll only give me 5 or 6 megabits. And then, you know, megabits, not megabytes. Anyway, so, all right. Destroyernet, sorry you're late. You're fine. You're not even 10 minutes late. Well, in the meantime, I haven't had dinner, so before doing this, I actually made myself some breakfast for dinner. I got some hash browns and an egg. I can actually come closer and show you too. There's always food on these streams. Like, I can't see my webcam. Anyway, I got an egg here. It's over easy. It's pretty easy, honestly. Got some hash browns, so I'm gonna eat this in the meantime. Yeah, kind of weird, huh? Anyway, I haven't eaten, and you know, the stream could go an hour or two. Who knows? Oh. So you may wonder, what's it doing? Right now it's testing the graphics capabilities. This is just two-dimensional stuff. It's running through a bunch of different fonts and sizing. You saw those shapes. It's just doing all the different things to test all the different aspects of it, different things it can render. Right now, obviously, whatever it's doing, it's not liking because it's having a hard time there. Mmm. Looking over my shoulder, huh? So now it's just going through a bunch of file directories, I guess. I've run this test before. These aren't real file directories, or maybe it created a few new ones. I don't know, but they're definitely not my files. Anyway, how's all your evenings going? Any of you having a good dinner? These hash browns I have, they're actually like hash brown patties, so they're very convenient to cook. Because my problem with hash browns is you gotta shred the potato and da 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 da, and it's inconvenient. Just throw these in a pan with some butter, you know, just get them browned up, and you're all good. Mmm. Okay. Now we get to move on to the 3D rendering. Got my plate of breakfast here. Is that Baba is you? Um, no. No, and Baba is you might make an appearance later in the stream, but that's if like I get the overclock and all that done. That's gonna take a while because got to open up the computer, change some components around, and really it's the fan that's getting changed around. Got a tree. It's pretty cool. Some meteors. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. I realize. Hmm. I realize it's just a camera pointed at a screen. But to intercept that HDMI signal and get that all perfect and stuff is more than I'm willing to do. Not that I have the technology to do that anyway. I just know it exists. Also, egg and hash browns, top notch. Hmm. Is that the moon? Not our moon. Are those supposed to be like jellyfish? The alien jellyfish? It's so interesting. Some of the things in the performance test, they're just sort of in there to be hard to process. Like, who came up with that? I don't know, but it was hard to process, so let's throw it in. Okay, so now we're starting to get into a lot of the particle effects. This is probably going to utilize the CPU a lot in addition to the GPU. Going to utilize the processor and the graphics card. Hope my eating isn't too loud. Ooh, look at all those particles. Just realize my mouse is in the middle there. Move that out to the side. Alright, so now it's not as exciting. Now it's doing some tests on the memory, meaning the RAM. And I'm almost done eating too. Just got a couple bites of hash browns left. All right, last hash brown bite right here. Mmm. I'm sure this stream is going to be pretty boring, but here we are anyway. Okay, so now we're moving on to testing the disks, meaning any hard drives or SSDs or any other drives. My setup in particular, I have a SSD, 500 gig SSD that runs the operating system and any important programs, and then I have about 10 terabytes of other stuff that I shove everything else onto. So most of my YouTube videos, probably about half my games, they get shoved off onto the hard drives. And why don't I just buy a bigger SSD? Why don't you go buy everything you've ever wanted? Always comes down to money. Okay. So this is the last of the 5 categories. We are about halfway, quarter of the way through it. Once we finish this, then I can unbox the new equipment, take the computer apart, all the good stuff. It's really awkward looking over my computer here to see the laptop down there, but I couldn't figure out a better situation than that. What is that on the bottom of your screen? Is that Halo? Probably. Seeing some of the icons on my desktop there. Well, let's see. No, right now you don't see any Halo stuff. I'm sure underneath there I have lots of icons, at least one of them being Halo. At least one. I'm gonna drink some water. Okay. On the last step here, what's that? IOPS 4K QD1? Yeah, I have no idea what that means. I'm sure it means something important. I just have no idea. Once this finishes, then we'll see our test results, see how my computer stacks up against the rest of the computers in the whole world. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to land on that. Oh, here we are. I am the 3rd percentile. That means 97% of the world is better than me. um, I think it takes the lowest percentile and runs with that. So hopefully you can see reasonably well. So as far as my CPU goes, 35th percentile. That's below average, but not terrible. 2D graphics mark, 3rd percentile. So apparently my 1050 Ti is really bad at graphics. 3D graphics, fine, 44th. That's close to average. My memory, my 32 gigs of RAM, 55th percentile, so just a little above average. And my disks are 17. So overall, I'm below average. I don't know if I'd say third percentile, but cool. I don't have internet connection, so I'm not going to submit that. But just keep these in mind. Overall, 266.4. But what we really care about is CPU, 6761.3, 35th percentile. So we want to get out of 35th percentile, hopefully. But 6761. I'm actually going to take a picture of that with my phone because I know I'm going to forget. So I'll just snag this picture here. And then, come on, phone, work with me. Okay, we have that picture. So now the fun begins. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to look at. The graph on the side here. So we can see that my GPU, I got up to like 60 degrees. It worked a little bit. let's see, GPU usage, yeah, 100% fully got used. We come down to my CPUs. CPU temperature, 83, 83, 85. For reference, about 90 might be the limit. 100 is absolutely, definitely the limit, if not 90. So, I don't know if this is being limited by heat. However, overclocking brings more heat. So if we want to overclock, we have to be able to deal with the extra heat. And we don't have a lot of margin, considering that this idle is at 70, and this little test brought it up to 85. So that's a consideration. So it's time to close all this down. And, you know, go away. I'm at the 3rd percentile. All right. I'll just close this down real quick. You get to look at me from both sides, I suppose, because there's the camera behind me as well. All right, we're going to shut the computer down. And we have a box. We have a box to open up here. So let's see. I'm going to change to just this camera. There we go. Meanwhile, monitor is, well, it'll turn off when the computer turns off. So we have a box. I'm going to open the box. I always have a knife with me. Swiss knife. It's got all the tools you need, and it fits right next to the wallet in the back pocket. Come on, let's get through here. I don't want to cut like that because it's not going to get past the little lip. It'll just fold, and I don't want to. Anyway, we're past. So, all right. So what do we have in here? Well, I have a new fan to go in the back of the PC. Just get all that heat out of the PC, and then let's see if I can arrange this a little bit. Yeah, so then we also have a cooler for the CPU that includes a heatsink and a fan. And so before I unbox those, I actually want to take apart the computer a little bit, and then we can see why it needs to be upgraded. Not just by the numbers, but actually see the setup. And so to do that, I need to switch cameras here. To do that, I need to unplug the monitor, and I'm just gonna put this away. I'm just gonna put this back here. You know, no stand, and all laundry detergent. I'm not sponsored, but you know, if they want to. All right. Now, normally you should have your computer plugged in. I will plug it in again in a minute, but let's get this laid down here, and then I can kind of show you why the upgrade is needed. Let me go back to my other camera here. All right. So, well, first we got to undo some screws. Just hand turn. Set those off to the side. And you might be wondering, what about shock protection? You know, I should be grounded, right? You're probably right. I'll do that in a moment. All right, just a little plastic window there. Put that off to the side there. I need one of these cables. I know I'm off camera right now, so there's nothing to see. I'll get back on camera in a moment. Work with me. Okay. What I'm doing here is I'm grabbing a cable so I can plug it into the computer so that it will be grounded. The reason for that is I'll basically be touching the computer all the time. And anyway, so like if I'm touching the case, I'm grounded. So should be fine. Now I'm going to show you inside here. Might be some dust. It happens over a few years. All right. So I'm sure it's just a pretty normal looking computer. You know, this is for the fan. This cable is kind of stretched to its max, but hey, it made it. So as you can see here, this is the cooler for the process. It's the processor. It's a fan and a very small heatsink. Like, that thing is small. It's so small. So basically, what this fan does is it spins and spins and spins. It blows heat down through the heatsink, and the heatsink sucks the heat out of the processor. So then that heat gets blown away. Except it just blows it down past the motherboard and just anyway. What would be better is if the heat rose up and then just got blown right out the back. And that's what the new cooler is going to do. Also have my 1050 Ti and 32 gigs of RAM. The hard drives are in there. Anyway, so I need to unbox some stuff, take off, and do some swappy stuff. So let's get to unboxing. All right. So first I'm going to start with the little one. I was going to do the big one, then I decided the little one. Sometimes these are hard to get open. So this is a pretty simple fan. And this is going to go in the very back. There we go. Hey, it came with some screws. Please and thank you. I hope I have a little screwdriver. I have one of those around here, don't I? It can be kind of awkward if I don't. Anyway, this fan here, gonna be a... Ooh, yeah, that's real quiet. Whoops. Quiet! So that is gonna go back of the case. Gonna be the fan for... Gonna be this fan. This one's fine, but occasionally it's got some wobbling issues. If you look real close, maybe you can see the wobble, but anyway, it can be loud sometimes. I don't like that. I don't like loud fans. So that's one. Then we have our CPU cooling system. Looks like we have boxes in boxes. Yep, so that's one part of everything. And how close can I bring you here? What are my cables going to let me do? I can put you right here. Yeah. So it's a pretty good fan. It's the same size, 120 millimeters. All right. How do we fish this out here? I'm unboxing these live. If this were an edited video, then I could make myself look a lot better. But this is not an edited video. Okay. So that's done. All right. Here we have fan. Aha. Figuring out how to unbox this thing. So this is a much larger heatsink. Okay, yeah, here we go. So let's take a look here. So, yeah, that is the current cooling situation. This is the new cooling situation. Also, in case you're wondering how it's going to mount, it's not just going to be mounted up like that. It's actually going to get rotated, and it's going to sit approximately like that. It'll fit, don't worry, but that will blow the air out the back, essentially. Make a channel of air. So, yeah, that'll be exciting. Let's see here. So, we've got a fan and another fan. All right, so first we need to remove this, and oh yeah, silly me. Oh, I'm getting stuff all over my desk. Set this down here. All right, in this, sweet. Oh, my hand's totally in the way. Yeah, cardboard. I hope this has a very small screwdriver in it. All right, what do we got? Looks like we got some mounting plates. That's cool. We have a little extension. We have some goop, some heat goop. That's cool. Plastic. What's this? Oh, this is some rubber pieces so that it's not as loud. All right, and then yeah, here we have mounting bits. So yeah, that's gonna go right on the processor. I don't want to even touch that. And then those. Okay, I'm seeing how this works. And there's little threads on here as well. We'll see how this all works in a bit. Gave me a kind of screwdriver. What else we got here? We may not need all of this stuff. We're gonna need a lot of it though. This looks like more mounting hardware. More mounting hardware. Plastic. And this looks like what was that word? Mounting hardware. But it looks like this is an adapter. I may not need this piece. We're gonna put that there. What else we got? We got so many pieces. I'm gonna just like leave those alone. We're gonna open this up. Oh, I mean, it's already open. We're gonna start taking stuff apart and let's see what's actually needed. Can you work with me here, camera? Tripod? No? Alright. Ooh, I know what I can do. Aha! Wait, no! I'm trying to get this to work with me. I know what I can do. Bear with me. I'm gonna switch camera angles here. Oh, bear with me. Came through Lober. Thanks for dropping in. I'm try to make this work here. Camera angles are kind of hard sometimes, you know? What am I even doing? What are we doing here, man? No. Here I am trying to get you a good camera angle. It's now working. All right, I give up. I'm returning this to how it was. This isn't even like a proper tripod. It's just like a light mount so I can have lights. Ooh, that's an idea actually. 180-degree spin on that. And then we go like that. Aha, I'm onto something here. Okay. And then we can switch over. That is marginally better. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, that's probably as good as you're gonna get. Unless we come over here. No, that's not better. Aha. All right. This is the best camera angle we're gonna get for this, I think. So that is my fan that needs to come off. What I can do is turn these little things. I don't have a lot of room to work here, so yeah. But these little things turn. I'm going to unplug this because it's kind of in the way. And this is a power thing, obviously. You can just assume all the big wires in here are power wires. There we go. Okay. So that is now loosened up. So there we go. Just gotta fidget it out a little bit. It's been in here a lot of years. You can also unplug this fan. Just slowly wiggle it off of those little wire things. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. What am I doing? Alright, so they come up a little bit. I know how to remove the processor. The processor is still down there. I just need you to come up off of this thing. Oh, come on, don't embarrass me now. This is the great thing about live videos. You get to see all my mistakes in real time. I can see that the heatsink isn't directly attached to the fan. Maybe these are screwed in from the backside. I'm actually I'm gonna flip this up and I'm gonna switch camera angles again. I'm gonna flip this up, see if I can take a look from the backside. I love finger screws. I love it when I don't have to use a real screwdriver. Not that I don't know how to use tools. Alright, so looking from the backside. Yeah, that is not an issue. It's not screwed in. Although it does have the... Oh, wait, is it pushed on? It's going to be very annoying if it is. I'm going to put that back there. Oh, the joys of live. I'm going to unplug this. As long as I'm touching the case, I will be grounded relative to the case. Alright. You're supposed to come off. I feel dumb. Man, what a live stream, am I right? Well, here's what I can see. I can see from back here there's these plastic bits. Oh my goodness, I am dumb. I knew it all along. Got to pinch in the plastic bits. And then it removes. That might be an issue. The metal plate there. What are my options? I can push on it. A little hard to do one-handed. So I just... This is a terrible idea. I just need to squeeze this in here. My left hand is holding it. My right hand is trying to solve the problem. A hammer will get that off real quick. Not quite to that point. These are so dumb. Well, that can just rest in there. I'm going to see if I can find a certain tool. Many people would call it needle nose pliers. You can probably still hear me as I roam around here. Okay, I think I found some here. I'm in the next room over. These are normally used for cars, but tonight it's going to serve me in a computer capacity. All right, this is just the right size to get in here and squeeze, and it's out. All right, I need to, wow, that, I'm gonna switch camera angles here. So I undid it. So yeah, this is what was cooling my computer before. And as you can see, the thermal paste may or may not have had a good connection. But hey, that right there is a CPU without a cooler. All right, let's lay this down again, and I'm gonna put the back. Wait, I might need the backside open. I'm gonna leave it the backside open for now. I'm gonna set this down again. I had it like this. All right, you get to take a close look in the computer here. Okay, so the processor is still right there, right? You know what? I'm going to see if I can clean up a little bit right here. I'm going to remove the processor to do that. Well, if I can clean up the processor and put some new thermal paste on it, that'd be pretty sick as well. So that is a processor, specifically an i7 3770K. Runs at 3.5 gigahertz, although it's set up to automatically boost itself up a little bit more. Man, it's so dusty down here. I tried to get some, what do you call it, like the blowy, some compressed air. That's it. Tried to get some compressed air, and unfortunately couldn't find it because the Office Max I wanted to go to had been bulldozed. And then I went to Home Depot and they didn't have it either. Okay. Yeah, that's real dirty in there, but not as dirty as I thought it might be. Okay, so I'm going to put this back before I do anything real bad with it. There are certain notches here. Okay, so that fits in nicely right there. Chat, you're funny. All this talk about hammers. Okay, also, right now, what we can do is actually get a very fair size comparison of cooling solutions. So this is what I was using before, right? I can't really move this too much. So this is what I was using before. Had that low contact patch. Looks like that's copper underneath. Copper, really good at grabbing heat, and then aluminum fins around the outside here. So it would grab that heat, run it outside, and then what would happen to it? This would spin. Some wires in the way. This would spin, right? And it would blow the heat down onto the motherboard. Which is already not a great direction for the heat to go. Where should we send it? Right back where it came from. Anyway, so that's the old solution. The new, I gotta get a good grip on this. The new solution, for one, the heatsink is way bigger. I have these right next to each other. I'm trying to get the right scale to show you. But yeah, the heatsink itself, way bigger, so it'll grab way more heat. Secondly, it's got heat tubes, which are great for transferring heat. And then thirdly, way bigger fan. And the fan's going in a different direction. So instead of blowing down, once we're done here, I'll have it set up approximately like that. Don't worry, it's not touching the processor. It'll be set up about like that. It'll blow the heat through, and then go outside, leave the computer. So that's what we got there. I'm gonna lock the processor in again. Just wanted to get a good look at it. We are in the right spot, right? Okay, yeah. when I have to push hard on things, I always double check. Always make sure. Okay, so what we need to do is take a look at the instruction manual. I'm pretty sure what we need to do next is do the thermal paste to... Actually, before we do thermal paste, we need to actually mount the thing and then unmount it to make sure we know how to mount it. All right. So it looks like there's a number of ways to do this, but more or less, looking at the instructions here, more or less, we just got to kind of mount some pieces and then mount the other pieces. So, yeah, approximately, we would put that there, which barely fits. Does this go under? No? All right. But yeah, more or less, this goes there, and then that cooler screws onto it. Let's see. So what we need to do actually to get that to happen is tilt this up here. I'm going to go to the other camera view. You know what? I'm going to get both camera views. Actually, no. I'm going to go to the other. So from the back side here, to make these pins work from a certain side, we need to get the right screws and mount them from the back side. Something like that. Also have our thermal paste, which we're not going to do yet, but that'll be kind of the final thing. Because the thermal paste is kind of like glue, but it helps things transfer heat really well. Anyway, a little pin right there. Noctua, it's a company that made this thing. Got some other hardware, and this. I think it's just an extender. Oh, low noise adapter. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to worry too much about that. It's 2 sets of mounting pins we can use here. Let's figure out which one. Okay, definitely not these. These are huge. Not these ones. So I know this isn't the right side for it, but those would mount about like that. And then we have a number of mounting pieces here. Yeah, they do give you a lot for mounting. Can you open, please? Gonna make me cut it open. Use my scissors, Swiss knife. It's great. And yes, I do sharpen it too. Okay. So I think I see what's going on here. So we have some screws that go through, probably mount to the back side there. And then they also have a screw top, which, no, that's, no. I'm figuring it out. Once I have it figured out, I'll show you. Once I know, then you can know too. Okay, so we got 4 of these and 4 of this other thing, and things are rolling away from me. So this screws on to just one of the sides, I think. Yeah. So then, how I'm thinking, just imagine it's the other side. I'm thinking this is supposed to be attached there. Then that goes on, get just a little distance right there. Then this goes on there, and then the heat sink goes on, and then that screws on like that. That seems to be the way to do it. I got to figure out how to mount it to the motherboard. We have some extra spacers here. We have these. I'm feeling dumb again. I'm just looking at the screw holes around here. Okay. That's such a huge heatsink. Oh no. Yes, sad music because Joe Man can't figure out how to mount it. Ah, Kevin, I probably didn't say your name right. Welcome to the stream. I'm just figuring computer stuff out. Okay, so how are we going to figure this one out? So I know how these need to mount. Maybe I know how they need to mount. Do I somehow just not have the right case for it? Am I possibly missing hardware? No, you're just cardboard. Cardboard's not going to help me mount this. I have the fan mount stuff right here. Let's see, the areas around those are pretty clear. Oh yeah, that's an issue as well. Alright, we're going to go back to this one right here. I'm going to put the computer down again. I may not be able to mount this tonight, and here's why. So we have the processor, right? And then we have 4 holes around it. That's what would be used for mounting. That's how the previous one did it. However, in this case, even without the holes, you know, that can go about there fine. Well, what about the other one? This is going to go on top of stuff? I mean, we got stuff in the way. And if we go the other way, we got stuff in the way again. You know? Well, let's see. Now, we do have a number of spacers. So that spacer could go there. And we do have even more. The hard part is that piece. Oh, I might have figured it out. I might have figured it out. All is not lost. Alright, we're going to change scenes here. Oh, before I tilt this up, loose pieces. This is a lot lighter weight than my last case, which is great. So I think it's going to be a tight fit, but it's going to work. For one, no, that is straight up in the way. Unless we mount it with 3, that would absolutely not work. That's too big. Do I have the one case that isn't compatible with all this? Okay, here's what I was thinking. I was thinking I'm thirsty. Let me fix that. Okay, so I was thinking, I find the long screws. I've actually got a number of long screws I could use here. There might be hope if I can figure this out. But basically, screw through one side all the way through, and then we do our spacers. We put our nut on there, and that might work. We have some long screws here. Got some long screws here too. I prefer to use these. Wait, those are triangle holes. Triangles. What do triangles connect to? Bro! I got a big old screwdriver here. So the hard part about this is I think I know what to do, except the case itself is kind of in the way. There's a hole back here, but unless either the motherboard or the case flexes, both of which not great options. I'm not sure we'll be able to mount stuff. Well, you can see on the back side here, it's where I have my SSD, and then down here I have my hard drives. So that's cool, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what these triangle screws are supposed to be doing. I haven't seen anything triangle related. Maybe we skip those. We have 4 screws right here. If it's shallow enough, I can go from this side. I can go from the back side, and then that might work. I'm just going to take a look at the instruction manual. So how it's intended is first installing the mounting bars. Which would utilize 4 points. I have 4 points, it's just they're not the same 4 points. I'm going to set the computer down again. Simos Melon, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm figuring computer stuff out. All right, so if we take a look here, I think the problem is the motherboard and or the case. So how the instructions, how they say it should go, I don't know if you can even see, is you have your processor, well, you have the mounting stuff around the processor, and it would have four screws. Well, hold on, that's LGA 20XX. I know my numbers are 1155. Maybe they have instructions for different sockets on here. Hold on. Maybe I need to use that backing plate. Well, no. I don't know how this would fit. This side must face the motherboard. I mean, there's a processor in the way, so I don't know how that would work. I don't need to know how that works, though. Man. I'm trying to figure this one out. Because we need to use spacers. I mean, I could get my drill out, but like, it shouldn't be necessary. We're not to that point yet. All right, we're looking at the instructions. Let's look at this again. So this is hold on. There's more instructions over here. I need to find socket 1155. So it looks like there's 3 sets of instructions depending on which socket type. Oh, oh, okay. I think I might have it. I gotta stand this thing up again. I think for real I might have this. So we'll stand this up. So this backing plate, it doesn't go on the processor side, it goes on the actual back side. I mean, we still got some case that might be in the way here. Um, so this side goes against the motherboard, right? And then not that one, this one. Open that one up. And then with this one, these have some little triangle points to them. That, yes, I knew it. That goes down in there. So then what we can do is mount this to the back of the motherboard. I got to take the motherboard out of the computer case to do this. That's a lot of connections. But let me flesh out my theory here before we start going too crazy. Let me flesh out the theory. So, backing plate. Make sure I am not crazy, because if I am, what are we even doing here? Then hole distance-wise, that does seem to line up. I mean, I have a little bit of computer in the way, so I can't do it all right now. But if I take the motherboard out, then I can attach this to the backside. And then with that attached to the backside, then we can do spacers, and we have even more spacers if we want, you know. And we can choose our color: blue, black, some white, and some gray over here. So then, once those are put in, well, right, so that goes all the way through. You've got your spacer on it, and then that's when you put your mounting piece on like that. So then that will be mounted, and then I can get this mounted on it. that was a hard one to figure out, man. All right, well, you know, guide right here on installing Noctua NHU12S or N12. I don't know. U12S, U12S. I don't know. So motherboard has to come out to accomplish this because I got some metal in the way here. So we've got to set this down one more time. Maybe I'll have it. Let's see. So if motherboard is coming out, oh, what all do I got to unplug here, man? I'm thinking on this one. What does need to get unplugged to accomplish this? So, all right. So GPU, you get unplugged. Maybe. There we go. Very secure plugs. And then I have these ones plugged in for the hard drives. There's a little screwdriver I'm going to look for real quick. See if I have it around here somewhere. One of those little computer screwdrivers. I seriously not have it. Maybe it's upstairs. I'll be right back. Oh man, what a live stream. What a live stream. You can still hear me too. Aha. Okay. Well, I think I found what I was looking for. I'm coming back down. You'll see me in a moment. Hey, there I am. Okay. A little screwdriver with a little magnet. Hold on. We need to clean up our workspace here. We got a lot of cardboard that doesn't need to be up here. In fact, keyboard, mouse, they don't need to be up here right now either. I'll just I'm just putting stuff everywhere. Oh man. If the holes aren't there, then you need to drill holes in the required location. Good thinking, Albino. I mean, honestly, the options right now are either drill holes in the case or remove the motherboard. Neither's an easy option, but I'm going to opt to remove the motherboard. I had hoped not to get this involved with it, but here we are. Okay. Big old screwdriver. We're going to remove this fan because it was going to get removed anyway. Yep. Here we are actually starting to do stuff. How long have I even been streaming? We are over an hour into this. Haven't even gotten to the overclocking yet. Haven't even gotten to putting new hardware in. We're just trying to take the old stuff out and you know, not lose screws. Put those there for a minute. I guess losing these wouldn't be bad because the new fan has screws with it. Anyway. All right. So that is the old fan out. Let's just take a look here. Comparing to the Noctua one, well, the Noctua has a lot more blades on the fan. This was made in China. I can't see where the Noctua was made, but anyway. So that's the fan situation. Next, let's see. The RAM doesn't need to come out. RAM is fine. Video card probably does need to come out, which means I need to undo those two screws there. By the way, some of this computer was put together back in high school, specifically the motherboard and the processor. Everything else has been upgraded in some capacity since I put it together in high school. And that's like 9 years ago. Oh my goodness. That heatsink and fan and all that, was that on the processor for the last 9 years? Has it been that long? Wow. All right, let's see. So then that comes off. And then we got to be real careful with the PCI here. And then that goes down to unhook it from all that. And we're caught. There we go. And there we go. That's a video card. I'm going to blow. Microphone's probably going to hear it. Oh. All right. Yep, so this is a 1050 Ti. I don't know what else to say about it. Pretty good video card. It has done me well. I'm going to put it over here. And we're gonna leave that there for a moment. Let's see. I actually need to. Oh wow! Look at this. I'm gonna show you up close here. Hold on. So this cable was running way up to provide power to. I don't remember what that does, but it's so tight in here. The only way to get from the power supply all the way up to there was running it underneath the video card and all that. And I actually can't get it out unless I close that PCIe slot. That's just, I don't know, funny to me. Anyway, this motherboard's starting to look fairly bare. All right, we're gonna go back to that, and hopefully I can remember what plugs into what. I don't need to remove the whole thing per se, but I need enough access to the back. And I can't just flex the thing, you know? But yeah, I probably don't need to unplug everything. Actually, I have a special screwdriver. It's this might be too small. This was for a cell phone. Oh yeah, that's way too small. Threads don't even grab on the Phillips head part. Okay. Just chill. Taking out some screws. This thing is a little too big for some of these areas I'm working in here. But if I was smart, I would have gotten some PC tools beforehand. But as this live stream shows, I can be very not smart. Jordan McPhail, welcome to the stream. I am just removing some screws so I can extract my motherboard. Yep, this is fun. I do enjoy building computers. It's kind of like Lego. I mean, more costly and a little more consequential and all that. But, you know, still not all that different. Things mostly only fit one way. And, you know, there are different builds, different looks you can have. Now, how else is it? There's a lot of plastic compared to Lego in that way as well. All right, so we're like halfway on these screws. If I could find that one little screwdriver that I thought I had, make this go faster. I'm gonna look in just a couple more places. Is it back with all this stuff? No. I'm gonna check a room back here too. You'll still be able to hear me, as usual. Nope, nothing. Don't mind me. I'm just coughing. Probably a combination of lots of talking and computer dust. Okay, let's continue with removing the screws. Man, I wish I was just doing a RAM upgrade tonight. That'd be so much easier. RAM, you literally just plug it in. Like, I know there's different types and different DIMMs, and they don't all fit together, but like, RAM is the most Lego of all computer hardware. I'm not sick with COVID, don't worry. But, you know, at this point the symptoms are near identical to a regular cold. So how do you even tell? We gotta extract this screw here. There we go. Okay. There's another screw. Let's see, there's this and then another. I don't see any more. Oh, there, it was hiding. Okay, so I have two after this. I love needle nose pliers. These are obviously some very heavy duty needle nose pliers. They are still, nonetheless, the needle nose pliers. Alright, motherboard is almost free. How we're going to do the mounting, I haven't quite figured that part out yet. But this whole thing's been just sort of figuring it out as I go, right? That is the last screw right there. This motherboard should be free. Yep, it is free. I don't need a lot of room to work here. In fact, I might put a screw or two back in. I literally just need like half an inch of space on the backside. I'm gonna put a screw back in just so I can tip it back up and it just won't slide. Well, no, we're gonna keep the screw out. Okay, we still have a couple things plugged in, but this motherboard is free now. And so next I'm going to very carefully tip it up. I'll be able to access the backside, get that plate put on, and yeah. Here we go. I'm holding the motherboard. It wants to shift. Okay, so I'm able to kind of hold it from a couple spots here. But this gives me just enough freedom. Just enough freedom. Oh, hey, no, it's still held in. Wait, no, it's not. I think it's just held in by all the slots up here. Okay, no, we need it totally free. So, going back down, my partial freedom idea is insufficient. Well, maybe it was just being dumb. I don't know. Yeah, because I think I can access that well enough. Also, what's actually holding this in? I think it's just these ports over here. We can unplug that. That's from my mouse and keyboard. I'm just looking for a screw. Like, what did I miss? Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt it up again. I'm just trying to be really careful. And then, okay, yeah, I'd say that is enough freedom there. We have a plate here. The side must face the motherboard. Yes, we can adhere to that. We can do that. So that goes like that. Alternatively, yes. Okay, yeah, definitely 100% goes like this. And that motherboard's not going anywhere. So we need to get these screws in. The hard part is going to be this screw way down here. So I'm going to actually try and get that one first. As for what I'm grabbing on the motherboard, okay, yeah, that's an electrical plug. Yeah, this is tricky right here. So, you know what? I'm not going to mount that one first. I'm going to mount this one up in this corner. Okay, that is snug, but it fits. And then grab another one of these screws. All right, because two will kind of hold it in place. Just enough. Because I can actually just pull the screw from the opposite side now. And it holds in place. Now I need to get to this one back in here. Ah. Ah. Okay, come on, mounting plate. Don't get stuck down there. uh, there's this piece of case. It's in the way. Make sure I'm grabbing by the right things here. Oh, well, yeah, motherboard just came free. Okay, yep. It is totally free now. Um, so now I can actually get at where I'm trying to get to. So that goes in there. I'm actually hold the screw, hold it tight so it can't go anywhere. Get this bottom one here. There we go. We're getting places now. So what I need to do is mount one side and then mount the other side. I think I'm going to do top and bottom for the sake of mounting reasons. Well, actually, well, I just don't want to put all four in because then two are probably going to fall out. And they won't even be the same two. Be like one from one mount and one from the other. You are being trouble. You are being trouble for me. Let's get this motherboard in place so I can set it down again. Just get those ports lined up on the back there. Okay, I'm going to set this down again, holding it very carefully. Okay, so now I have that more or less in the right spot, and it can't back out completely. This is good. This is good. We are figuring it out. So then I want to do that. Which way do I want to do that? I want to do it that way. Yes. And we're going to need some spacers. So you, Mr. Spacer, go there. And you, other Spacer, you can be Mrs. Spacer. Mrs. Spacer. And my finger's in the way. There we go. We are getting this. I just don't want the screw to drop back down in. No. Okay. Well, I need to get one of these and then get the other. I can't get both. So we're going to get this one right here, putting a little nut type of thing on it. Okay, we're not making it very tight, but just enough that it can't go anywhere. And now I need to... Alright, the screw has come completely out. Get the mount back in place. I'm just kind of feeling what I'm doing here. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're tilting this up because I can't see what I'm doing. Right, so that needs to be there. This comes in from the back side. Then we come over here to the front, and then I grab one of these nut things. This is definitely going a lot more difficult than I thought it would. On the other hand, I don't know what I was expecting. All right, destroyer net. See ya. All right, have a good one, destroyer net. Okay, that's the hard part out of the way. Now the plate is kind of holding itself, and the hidden bit is kind of taken care of. So there it is. So then we should do this one at a time. So then these go in through the back here. Then we hold the back while we put on the spacer and the screwy thing. Wait, No, we don't do the screwy thing yet. We gotta do the mounty thing. Do the mounty thing, then we do the screwy thing. There we go. What a live stream, huh? I do hope to get to the overclocking before too long. Just gotta get the heat sink installed, you know? Can't overclock if you can't handle the heat. I mean, you could, it's just a really bad idea. Oops, sorry. That was probably loud. Microphone kind of got caught. Okay. So now I've tightened each of these kind of loosely. Now I kind of go around and tighten each of them. Not too tight, but tight enough to hold a heatsink. Yeah, that feels good. I'm able to finger tighten them, so it's not too bad. Okay. So that was the hard part. From here, shouldn't be too bad. So now we have these in place. I'm going to switch cameras here. Okay. So now we have these two metal bits in the way. And they're pretty well. So now what I need to do is, pretty sure I need to re-secure. Yeah, I need to re-secure the motherboard. But I can give you a better idea of how this is going to work now, because I'm an idiot. Dang it! We gotta rotate things. So I need this mounted this way, but I put the things in so I can only mount it this way. I'm an idiot. All right. Well, now we know how it works. So, I'm gonna give you this view while I do it this time. I'm gonna give you this view. Oh, hey, now I can see. Okay, the music stopped, so we're just gonna resume the music. Perfect. Yeah, while I'm here, how many people are even watching me? 4. Awesome. Or 2, I don't know. All right, I'm not expecting much. We're gonna loosen this one as well, but we've got to be careful about how much we loosen it. All right, so it's still kind of holding on, but we can get this one off right here. Spacer and that bit. Right. This needs to be down like that. So I'm going to take this one out next. Maybe I can give you a slightly better camera angle. It's just kind of dark in here, man. It's kind of dark. I would be doing this tonight regardless of the live stream. I just figured I'd share my struggles and all that. Okay. So undo this third one. It's a spacer, and I'm actually keep that screw in, just mounting reasons. Okay, so then what we gotta do, rotate this one up here, and then we gotta put this top one in. Now this top one needs a spacer. There we go, spacer. Rotate this up. I can't see. Don't mind me. Okay. Oh, come on, work with me here. There we go. So that comes through. Then we put one of these nut things on it. Tighten down just a bit. Okay. So that is tight enough for this side. Now we gotta. I'm just getting the right tightnesses there. Oh yeah, I put the thing over here. Yep, that's right. So then we just gotta do these other ones. You get a spacer. I actually gotta loosen a couple of these a little more. Okay, and then this. Why am I doing? Why am I doing the bottom one first? And where's my voice going, man? All right, balance there for just a minute. Just a minute. Perfect. Let me get that on. Just a few turns. Perfect. Now we go up and do the other one. We have just enough room to make this work. And then we put on the nut. Put that on. Perfect. Now we go around and tighten them a little bit each time. Don't want one corner to be way tight and the others to be loose. That'd be kind of weird. That feels about right. And that clears everything around it. Cool. All right. So I'm going to set it down. And like I was doing before I get too crazy here, I'm going to double check that things are going to work the way I want them to. I want this to mount that way. And it looks like, for once in my life, I will get what I want. Maybe. Why is the distance between these weird? Are these appropriately spaced? So if I get one lined up, I get the other lined up. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. Check hole position. These need to be just a little bit more spaced out. So, give each of these a turn for the purpose of just, oh my goodness, the sad music again. No. I'm going to take a look at the instructions again. Make sure I have these the right direction. Let's see. Well, it looks like I am dumb. You'd be surprised how many things that can explain. I have to swap those around. Why am I dumb? It's so sad. I'm gonna keep playing the sad music. Let the world experience me being dumb. Why was I dumb, or how was I dumb? Well, I have these exactly 180 degrees wrong. Exactly 180 degrees wrong. I have to undo this all the way. Gotta hold on to it while I do it. Real careful. That didn't actually hit the motherboard. It just fell and hit the case and fell out. But actually, I don't need to take that all the way out. So instead of like that, I need it like that. Yep, that is the change that needs to be made. Simple as that. We just gotta do this other one. And then we gotta do the whole other side. Well, hey, this is a great tutorial on how not to install a Noctua heatsink and fan. Just start by not doing all the things that I'm doing, and you'll be well on your way to probably doing it right. And tighten that screw down a little bit. Not too much though, just enough to hold it for the moment. Now we gotta do this other side. And then we gotta do this top one. Can I get you a better angle? Let's see if I do that and that. I guess, I don't know. It's a little more light. There you go. Gotta hold on to this nut before it falls. And very carefully. Come on. Swap that around. Put the nut back on. And now we gotta go do the other one down here. Oh yeah, this is the one I can't get to, so don't mess it up. The back side of the motherboard. This one's really hard to get to. All right. Got that. Got that. And this is the correct orientation to have these, which is good. Get some tightening. Yeah, I didn't see any instructions on like Newton meters and stuff, how tight to make it. So I'm just kind of feeling it, you know. Okay. That should be right. Now, let's lay this down. And let's once again test fit the heat sink. Now, I still have stuff to do before actually completing this, but it's looking better this time. Yep. This is all going to line up. It's all going to be beautiful. So this is going to be like this. Fan. It's going to spin. Just feeling the airflow. Make sure air actually goes the direction I hope it does. Okay, yeah, so air is going to go that way. And then it'll, there's going to be a fan here that's going to be sucking air out, but it's going to be a direct column, just whoosh, air goes out, you know? So let's take this off. We are making progress. All right, so now the motherboard needs to get resecured. So I'm going to take a drink of water. Take a look at my phone. Told my brother I was going to be overclocking my computer tonight. We'll see how it goes. I'm aiming for that 4.5 gigahertz. That's a lot of hertz. It's in the billions. Okay, I was going to secure this down. Screws and screwdriver. Before we do that, let's make sure we have the right position. Get the ports lined up. Get the holes lined up. Okay. That is lined up now. So now we'll just start putting screws in. I'll start with the middle. It'll hold it reasonably well. Yeah, I originally built this computer in high school. As far as what is left at this point, the motherboard and processor are the OGs. The screwdriver is a little too big. Also, my voice might be going out. No. Here, maybe I can make this work like this. I don't know. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to put a little magnet on the side of it. I don't know. Might be helpful. It's not. It's not. So I want to get this started with my fingers and then go from there. Man, did I make my first one tight? I am silly. Stop being silly, Joe man. Wow. Man, with this little screwdriver, that feels really tight. All right. We need it just a little loose so that we can get some of these other screw holes in the right spots. I'm being careful not to push on any of the components of the motherboard. Just push on the board itself. This top corner here is being a real pain. The board's kind of pushing back a little bit. All right, come on. Come on, go in, screw. Come on. Okay, there we go. Finally. Get the hard ones done first, right? Then you'll have an easy job ahead of you. Magnets are very helpful. Well, they can be very helpful. Come on. I'm getting all these screws started. I will come back and tighten them all down once I've got them all started. Okay, that was an easy one. They're getting easier. It's a good sign. Good sign, right? Lempop VR T minus 10. 10 what? T minus 10 minutes? 10 seconds? 10 years? Who knows? Hopefully you do, but I don't know. Gotta work around some of these cables here. Yeah, I must admit, been watching a number of Linus Tech Tip videos, and part of the reason why I settled on Noctua for the brand of cooling. But I mean, they were highly rated on Amazon anyway, which means a lot of people must like them. Yeah, as far as grounding goes, I'm constantly touching the corners and sides and all pieces of the case here. So I'm basically just being grounded all the time. See, like my arm just brushes there, you know. I am good. Come on. This spot's a little bit tricky here because it's got these audio ports right next to it. Hey, there we go. Okay. Now let's go around and give each of these a little more tightening. That one wasn't actually very tight. Yeah, these need to be tightened for a couple reasons. A, because you want your motherboard to stay in your computer. And B, a lot of these tightening points are also ground connections. They are used for grounding purposes. So, I want to make sure that they are good connections. All right. We are almost done. Almost done. Okay, that is all of those screws put in, and we have the mounts in place. So now what we can actually do is put other stuff in. Let's see. There's a couple ways I can do this. I can either mount the cooler first and then put in my GPU or GPU. I'm going to put the cooler in first. But yeah, in case you're wondering, this stuff here is some thermal paste. It's pretty great when you need to cool stuff down. Is this open? Hold on. No, that is a closed connection. Okay, so it's real simple. Thermal paste goes either on there or on the processor. We squish the two together. Let me make sure that I have. Wait, no, the screws are built on. All right. And then the electrical connection. Yeah, that'll work out. Okay, so we just gotta do a little thermal paste here. I'm going to switch cameras here. And you get some real up close views here. I hope I don't do too much here. I don't need to do a lot because it's going to spread out. I see that there's some there already. That's probably enough, about pea size. That'll get squished, it will spread, and that will help conduct it up onto the new cooler. Let's see, I'm trying to make sure I have a good view here. It's gonna be a little tight trying to get hands on these screws. You know, how securely mounted is this? Because oh, look at that. It was already thermally pasting together. Not overflowing off the sides though. All right, so one thing I wanted to look at is how this is connected here. Looks like it's got some like metal tab. So then we just undo these two metal tabs on the sides here. And then the fan itself will actually remove from the heatsink. And this is important because I need access to these screws on the sides here. And that means the fan can go on either side technically. It's kind of same either way. Perfect. And then we tighten this down a little bit. Make sure we do the sides more or less evenly. Because if we do one side too much, it'll kind of lift the other, and then you can't make contact with the other. That may or may be kind of what I did right here. Ow. Just punched the case. Oh, come on. Screw onto the thing. Okay. We go back to this side, which worked beautifully before. Okay, I think we've got it. This is slowly squishing itself down. Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't setting myself up for a future failure. Be pretty dumb if I did that, huh? Alright, these screws are about... Okay, yeah, they're bottomed out. So, let's see if I can get a good look here. Seems pretty secure. Pretty well squished down. I did see that the thermal paste was squished, which means it's going to make contact. It'd be great. Now, I have a couple ways I can do this actually. I can blow the air through it, or I can suck the air through it. I'm going to blow the air through it because there's going to be a fan just over there that's sucking the air anyway. That'll get the best column of air, I'm thinking. And then this literally just clips on. There's all this extra equipment for like making it extra quiet and stuff. I'm not concerned about that. Let's see. So I'm going to want to do it like that. Well, but if I do it out the top, if I mount the fan upside down, it's going to make it a lot easier to plug in, actually. I'm going to try mounting the fan upside down. Silly, I know, but it might be the better option. Let's see, get it centered. It seems about centered. And the back side here. Okay. And then this needs to get plugged in way down here. Man, not a lot of space to work here. Not a lot of space. I have to use one finger from each hand because two fingers from the same hand is just too hard to accomplish. And I am getting in the way of the camera. I've got to plug this in down here. Okay, it's kind of, dang it. It was kind of on the pins. There we go. All right, that's officially plugged in. Yep, plugged in, reasonably strongly mounted. I don't have any hesitancy about that. Let's see, and then I need this. I need this wire mounted or run under here again. It just barely fits. In fact, it actually fits just a little bit better with this setup because it doesn't have a big heat sink down low to go around. So that's actually a nice thing. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to blow air through. Now, while we're at it, we have a new fan to mount. So let's do that. Got a very long cable. Let's see, how did this one mount? Ah, I get it. I hope I can use that. Oh, system. Oh, this is even better. Okay, let me show you why. So, oop, dropped my thermal paste. So this is the old fan, and this was its connection. This is just a very regular power connection in a computer. Um, so it would just sort of run, like it wouldn't speed up or slow down or anything like that. So this new fan here, not only does it have more blades, it has just the right connector, so I can plug it into System Fan 2, which you can't really see. It's okay, just trust me, it's in there. Okay, so I need to get this one mounted as well. And that means it's going to be able to vary its speed. I need a drink of water. It'll be able to change speed, which is pretty cool. I've been doing this almost 2 hours. Man, I am slow. Alright, well, what is the best way to do this? Oh yeah, we also have some screws. Okay, there they are. I'm gonna use these ones instead. Supposedly, this is a very quiet fan too. Let's see, so that's gonna mount down there. I think I want to go around like that. Well, I'll figure out the cable in a minute. So I can put this down here and then get a screw in it. Exhilarating live stream, I know. Huh, does it not like my screws? Okay. Well, let me open up their little pack of screws. Make sure I'm not doing this dumb. I have done things dumb before, so it is a thing to watch out for. Okay, I see how it works, and I will use their screws. Let's see, so if I mount it like that, and then this screw starts going in, hopefully, maybe. The fan itself doesn't have threads, per se. It's just plastic, and the screw just sort of bites into the plastic. So we gotta use some real force here. Okie doke. Now we just gotta do the other ones. There's 4 total. I'm actually gonna turn this, but you're gonna turn with the computer. Whoops. And then the screw goes in. Oh man, this is so exhilarating. Whose idea was it to live stream working on a computer for 2 hours? Whose idea was this? They should be fired. And then we gotta get the last screw here. Alright, then go around and tighten all of them. Cool. That's securely mounted. Not going anywhere. Yeah, I can. I'm trying to spin it. I'm just trying to feel the airflow. Ever so slightly. I can feel it. Okay. Now let's plug this in. System fan 2. This cable is trying to get twist just the way I want it. It is fighting me. I gotta take my watch off. Dang it, watch. Take my watch off so that my wrist doesn't catch on stuff in here. We'll plug this into sys fan 2. We will try to plug it onto sys fan 2. Why aren't you plugging onto sys fan 2? It's got 4 pins, and the plastic lines up. I'm going to get a light. Yes. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's definitely on the pins there. There we go, just had to push more. Sometimes you just need a little light. All right. Then we can actually run this up and over perfectly like that. Can't quite tuck it under. Oh, maybe I can. Can I tuck that underneath there? Be pretty slick if I could. Whoops. If I can tuck that under there. Okay, well, it's not going to get tucked under there, but that is not going anywhere, and it's basically the perfect length. Not stressing anything, but no extra either. All right, so we have our column of air that's going to go through here, and it'll give more airflow around the RAM too, which I guess is a cool thing. RAM can get hot. Okay, now video card's going to go in. So grab my 1050 Ti, and this right here is like, honestly, it's not the most expensive part of this, but it's up there. Hold on. Okay, your power for that. You are a fan power that's no longer needed, which is cool, because I could probably use that for something else later. I feel like I'm docking to the International Space Station. Gotta go slow as I can. Alright, all pins are lined up. Looking good. And dock. push it down in. Clip the PCI. Cool. So now that that's in place there, make sure this gets put on. Got a couple screws to put in. One more screw. I'm only sort of guessing where the screws go based on wear and tear. So that's in, and well, this can't really move. Not trying to move it a lot. And the PCIe is locked in. We just plug our power in. Cool. Yeah, that right there is the new setup in here. We changed this, changed that. So now we'll essentially get a column of air going through here. It'll actually, it's going to originate with the power supply down here. Get a column of air. It's going to push up into here. It's going to come around the graphics card. The graphics card will probably blow some heat out too. Anyway, and then column of air. Then that'll push out. Here's the most important part though. Anyway, I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay. So, I guess we should put this back together, huh? Yeah, there's the back plate. I guess while I have the opportunity, I'll give you a close-up of the computer. So you've seen this before. We'll come around this side. Here we go. So this is the back of the motherboard. The plate that I had to get on took a while to figure out, but I got it. And so that is on now. And it fits, if only just barely, it fits. This is my SSD I run my computer off of. Got some extra hard drives down here. Yeah, I can fit another SSD, but that's about it. I'm maxed out on physical hard drive space. I could get bigger hard drives, but yeah, I can slide them out too if I want. Just not like I need to. Anyway, yeah. Oops, caught on some cables. Yep, computer. Okay, I need to put the backside back on this. Reassemble the beast. How do you go on? I think it goes like this. Ta-da! There were 2 screws. There they are. And then that means the backside is well reattached. Still gotta do the front glass, and all this stuff can go away. Like we're done with the building stuff. Now we get to actually go do the fun overclocking stuff. I'm gonna blow on this. You're probably gonna hear it through the microphone. There's dust on here, and I can't figure out which side it's from. I'm just gonna rub it on the floor. That'll get the dust. Yeah, there we go. And then this gets turned. And that goes on. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Am I dumb? I mean, we already know that's a yes, but yeah. My goodness, man. All right, well, as soon as we can figure out how this plastic piece goes on. Okay. No. Maybe. I mean, the holes are in the right spots. It's just I'm trying to get it to sit flush. It's definitely not that way. I guess this must be how it's supposed to sit. Okay. It's pretty cool. As far as cable management goes, I feel like it's fine in there. In fact, if anything, it's better because this fan over here doesn't have a cable snake its way across. So we got a little wad of cables down here, and we got a couple fan cables up there. Cool. Right. Can you even see? Well, change cameras. Can you even see through here? Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of cool. All right. Well, it's time to actually do the overclocking and some testing, and this is where the fun begins. Oh, while I'm at it, I'm gonna plug in this. Is that right? Plugging in my mouse and keyboard. Okay. Sorry, you might have heard me scraping my mic. Patent M47. Use duct tape. Always an option, yes. Okay, so now I get to. This thing is hard to grab from this position. I keep going here, and then this great thing slips and moves. Okay. Now we need to rearrange a little bit here. So, computer. I'm going to have you about like that. Well, no. It's annoying to do it that way. Yeah, I'm going to do it this way so I can like still get to my laptop and stuff. Computer. Ah, but the monitor. Dang it. I have to have it this way. There is no other option. Okay, we got to clean up a little bit right here. Oh, I've got a badge too. Noctua. Can I install this badge right now? Noctua, it was tricky, but it did work. Looks pretty cool. It's probably going to be very functional. This whole surface is glass surface. I could put the badge way down here. No one's ever going to see it anyway because this is going to go. I'll do this later. But hey, Noctua badge. Okay. Got a bunch of stuff here that needs to be not here. There's going to be a big old mess over here. But whatever. At this point, whatever, you know? You know what, I'm not even giving you the luxury of a bag. You're going in a small box. All this is going in a small box. And that goes there, and these are plastic. I just realized my music stopped too. So I will start that up again in a minute. Thermal paste. Probably got a few uses left. Excuse me. Okay. I will keep these on the corner. They can stay on the table, just in the corner. Okie doke. We cleaned that up. Only used like half the hardware. Alright, I'm going to put my watch back on. Okay, I need to get the monitor back up here, which means have some laundry detergent. So, first what I'm going to do is boot up the computer and, just make sure it boots up fine. Then I will restart and go into the BIOS and do the overclocking. Okay. So computer, here you go, have some power. And then monitor is going to need power too. Man, there's so many cables over here. And I tried to keep it simple too. Plug into the monitor and HDMI. I do like that the ports in this monitor come out perpendicular to it. Makes it easier in some cases. Now I'm tying knots in my cables. Okay. Okay. All is plugged in. Oh man. Joe Man, what is the most miserable game you've ever played? One with a disturbing storyline would work too. Like the most miserable game? I don't know. I probably forgot if it was miserable. Okay, I'm going to turn on the computer once I am confident. All right, here we go. That, yeah. Just in case it like explodes. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. I mean, it was quiet in the first place, but yeah. Oh, it's quiet. What's the monitor doing? It's blue. Starting Windows. Hey. Windows 7, by the way. I'm not fancy enough for Windows 10, so I need to grab my monitor and keyboard. I mean, my mouse and keyboard. Starts with an M, right? Okay. Windows 7 login screen. You are great. I'm intentionally standing in front of login screen. I gotta plug into a different USB. There's a couple USBs back here that may or may not work. Okay, there we go. Just making sure you can't see. Cool, it's logging in. All right. So it, boots up. That's pretty cool. All I did was replace a couple fans, so it really shouldn't be any different. So we're going to open up MSI Afterburner to get our graphs. Get those going right away. Apparently I'm offline. Oh no. And then we can also get our benchmark thing. I realize you're just looking at my back right now. Just a moment. We will fix that. Okay, so let me rearrange a little bit here. And let's change camera. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our benchmark after doing the cooling stuff. We have not done overclocking yet. No overclocking has happened yet. So just at idle, our GPU is 33 degrees. It was kind of that way before, and we haven't done anything to change that. Coming down here to CPU, we're idling at about 40. It is coming up a little bit, dropping, coming up. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna run the benchmark. and we're going to see how things heat up. The CPU overall is about 40 degrees, which is fantastic. That's about 30 degrees cooler. So, okay. So this is going to take 10 minutes or so. I don't have any dinner to eat right now because I did it at the start. Uh, hmm. Well, this is going to take a few minutes, obviously. I'm mostly interested to see, one, where does the temperature go under load? And two, how low does it drop back down? Because we were seeing about 40 degrees already. So clearly the heatsink and fan and all that are working great. I'm going to actually come behind the computer and kind of feel it. I can feel the airflow. It's very minimal. Very quiet, too. The old one was pretty quiet. I don't know. This one just feels slightly quieter. Uh, it could be that just new things feel quieter. I don't know. All right, so right now we're doing a CPU test. It's doing some tough math and stuff. We'll have to see if anything later increases temperature. But for now, the temperature is doing great. Oh, now we're in the graphics testing. I don't imagine the graphics are going to be all that much better. There's no reason for them to be better, but yeah, hey, if they're better, why not? Why not? All right, so I'm just pulling up the picture of the results before. We're still several minutes away from you know that point. But previously, we got a CPU score of 6700, 61.3, and well, that's all we're really caring about right now. So yeah, I don't imagine this is going to be that much better, but if it is, then awesome. Yeah, once this is done, then we'll restart, hop into the BIOS, do a little overclocking. I'm not going to jump straight to 4.5 gigahertz. Right now it's running at somewhere between 3.5 to 3.9. It does have the option to boost itself to 3.9. So, um, yeah, it can boost itself to 3.9. I think what I'm going to do is go up to 4 gigahertz for the base clock. Not, how should I say it? I'm going to leave the boost alone, but I'm going to have the base clock instead of 3.5. I'm going to boost that up to 4. So then 4 gigahertz. And if that's good and cool and stable, then I will go up to 4.2. If that's good, then I'll jump to 4.5. You know? Yep, this is gonna take a bit here. Hopefully it's not too boring. I don't want it to be boring, but it probably will be. I don't know. What is happening on screen? Just doing a little test here. Yep. Am I gonna play Cursed Halo? Probably not. Excuse me. Yeah, just doing some computer stuff, overclocking. Okay, haven't got to the overclocking yet, but we're getting our base numbers, and then we'll go do the overclocking. It's fun. Yeah, right now it's just doing a lot of 3D rendering just to, you know, make sure that works fine. I'm not expecting anything real special, but if it's better, hey, it's better, you know. You may wonder, why am I running the full test instead of just the CPU test? I want to see how it performs, you know? Maybe after the overclock, I'll just do the CPU test, but just seeing what my numbers will be. Big old jellyfish in the sky there. All right, we're getting close to the end of the 3D graphics test. Not to the end yet, but you know, we're getting there. Oh man, I love fractals. That's where you can zoom in and in and in, and it kind of makes repeating shapes because you zoom in and then it's the same shape, but it's smaller, but it's the same shape, but you zoomed in, so then it's bigger. Anyway. Yeah, I always like these particle ones. This stretching one is just kind of weird, but there it is. Yeah, I just realized the mouse is in the middle. Let me get that out of the way for ya. Morphing wrinkly ball thingy. Have you played any of the farming simulators? I don't think I have. No. I've definitely played Stardew Valley, but I wouldn't say that's farm simulator. Hmm. I have no idea what any of the computer stuff means. I'm a console peasant, as you PC nerds say. Well, hey, I may have a better gaming experience, but I did have to sink more money into it. PC does usually cost more. Are you playing on the floor? What? No. No, it's on a table. I just don't have a monitor stand, so the monitor is just leaning against the computer and a bottle of detergent. Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. I've got this Noctua badge that came with the fan. Not sure where I want to put it. The whole side of my case is just open and plastic, see-through. I don't know. I don't even have to put it on the case. I could put it on my refrigerator. I have a little refrigerator down here. It's nice. Okay, so memory went pretty fast. Now we have the disk part. Um, this is where it tests my storage devices, SSD, hard drive, yada yada. And I can say that the CPU is absolutely, definitely running cooler. It seems to hang out at about 40 degrees Celsius. It did get up to the mid 60s. Hasn't even hit 70. The other one hung out at 70. Excuse me. Got a tickle in my throat. I'm going to go blow my nose. Be right back, I guess? And I have returned. It's about halfway through testing my drives, so that's cool. Yeah, what's going on in chat here? Joe man, you should try FS22. It's pretty fun. Oh, Farming Simulator 2022. Yeah, maybe I should. Hmm. Delvaram. Glad to see you here, Arbiter. I am wowed at how many times one man can be wowed by this computer stuff. But I have to say, it has certainly wowed me. I'm sure it wowed the rest of us. Wow. Well, I'm glad that is wowing you. All right, we're just running the last test here. We'll get our final results. I did take a picture of last time, so I have those results on hand. We can see if the cooling alone did anything. I'm not expecting much, but then after that we can actually get to the overclocking. So, I said I was going to go to 4 gigahertz, then 4.2, then 4.5. Nah, I'm going to stick to that actually. Oh no, our score dropped. Let's see what dropped overall. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's gonna show quite right here. On the old one, we got 266.4 for our total score. CPU was 6761.3. The new score is 6506.7. So our CPU score actually dropped a couple hundred points. Sounds like we need the overclocking more than ever. The 3D graphics also dropped a little bit, and the memory mark, and technically they all dropped, except for the 2D graphics mark, because that's already so incredibly low. Okay, but what really matters to me is the CPU did not really get hot. The highest it hit was 64, but really it's hanging out at about 40 degrees Celsius. It's almost half of what it used to hang out at. What else can I find here? CPU usage percent-wise, it got maxed out, which is great. All right, clock speed. Man, I am losing my voice. Looks like about 3.8 gigahertz, maybe 3.89 gigahertz is about the high that we were hitting. Yeah, basically just under 3.9 gigahertz. So, the next step is overclocking. Close all this down. I'm not connected to the internet, so I can't submit the baseline anyway. Okay. Get my keyboard in front of me here. So, overclocking time, huh? Time for the fun stuff. All right, restart. And I don't remember which button it is here to get into the BIOS. I'll just press all the buttons. Oh, good old Windows 7. Oh, I love Windows 7. I don't want to go to 10. Okay, so it's restarting. All right, what do I got to press to get to the BIOS? I don't even remember. One of the buttons I pressed. All right. Okay, so here we are in the BIOS. UEFI dual BIOS. That's cool and all. I did take a look at this before, so I just happen to know. We go into MIT current status. We can see a lot of information. We can see that our non-turbo frequency is basically 3.5 gigahertz, and our turbo is basically 3.9. We can go back here. And CPU temperature is hanging out at 45. Pretty cool. Okay, so advanced frequency settings. This is where we go. And this is where we get to get the CPU clock ratio. You can also go in here and see like the boost and all that. So 3.5, 35, 3.5 gigahertz. I'm going to raise that to 40, which is 4 gigahertz for the CPU frequency. Then we'll go back. Now you'll see that it needs to save to apply. It's like, this is what it is. This is what's gonna be when I save. So, in addition to that, we usually need a little extra voltage, just a tiny bit. So we can come over here into the voltage settings, core voltage. Right now, it is 1.17 volts. I think we can leave that at auto and we'll be fine. 1.25 is the highest I would ever go. In fact, I probably should go 1.2 even. But anyway, so we're gonna leave that alone for now. But if we need to change it, we can. Okay, we'll save and exit. Yes. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have just a little bit of overclocking at the moment. We're just going from 3.5 to 4 gigahertz. Nothing crazy yet. As you get higher and higher, it gets harder and harder to go higher. So that's a thing. Okay, starting Windows. And I'm just gonna change cameras here. Yeah, just make sure it's well hidden here. Don't need anyone seeing my password, you know? Okay. Things start up right at the start. Google Drive, it's one of them. We'll get MSI Afterburner. Cool. So I'm just looking at the graph here. Takes a moment to start graphing. So my core clock. Hold on, I gotta go further down to find it. So temperature-wise, we're still low, but we haven't really challenged it at all. And then where is it? All right, clock megahertz. That is absolutely definitely over 4 gigahertz. Connecting Steam account. You're gonna have a hard time doing that. A computer's not plugged into the internet. So confirmed 4 gigahertz right there. But to confirm it even more, pull up our performance test here. We're just going to do the CPU portion. All right, so CPU mark. This is the thing, right? Yeah. Run all CPU tests. All right, this is just the CPU one. We're actually doing overclocking right now. We are actually overclocking. I have to come all the way behind here to watch chat. Hey, can anyone tell me what the new specs are? Yeah, it depends what you mean. 4 gigahertz is what we're pushing right now, which is nothing special, honestly. I could probably get my laptop up to 4 gigahertz. I mean, laptops tend to have cooling issues anyway, so it's not a good idea. But I could easily run this on 4 gigahertz. I want to get to 4.5 though. That's where things get fun. Why is that fun? I don't know. Because 4.5 is fast. Going from 3.5 to 4.5, that is a noticeable jump. That, I don't know, 30%. Quick math, about 30%. People have gotten these up to like 6 point something gigahertz. I'm not going that high. If I was going higher than 4.5, I'd go to liquid cooling, and then the 6s is where you need like nitrogen or something. I don't know. All right, we are just about done with the CPU test here. I still have my original results here, so we can see if we actually improved it all. I know we're doing more gigahertz. Oh wow! Okay, we broke into the 7,000s. All right, so for reference, not sure if you can see on my phone very well. So at the very start, we did a benchmark. So my CPU mark was 6761.3, and that put it into the 35th percentile. We just hit 7236, so that's about 500 more, pushed into the 38th percentile. So we just went 3 percentiles higher. We're still below average, but this is a good sign. So just a few more gigahertz pushed us that high. Time to go overclock more. It's pretty cool. Apparently prime numbers is really hard or something. Okay, let's close out of this and restart. And let's get into it. Let's overclock more. So that was 4 gigahertz. 4.2 gigahertz is going to be the next level that we're going to. 4.2 gigahertz. If that's good, I'm going to jump to 4.5. So we'll hit, if we got 500 points from that, then surely we're going to gain at least 500 more points, maybe more. We'll see. I don't remember what the button is to get into the BIOS, but I must have pressed it because we just immediately went into the BIOS. Okay, so let's go into the current status again. So we can see in here, our turbo is now 4, and non-turbo is, yeah, I don't know, man. Turbo is weird, but hey, we were running at 4 during that thing. Let's come back here. Frequency settings. 3.5 and 4. Yeah, okay. So if we do 42 there, that's 4.2 gigahertz. It looks good, I guess. I don't know. I kind of feel like, I mean, turbo's auto, which is fine. I don't understand turbo. I don't understand when it thinks it needs it, but we're just gonna save and exit out of that. Okay. We're getting out of that. We're gonna go do our test again, see what 4.2 gigahertz puts us at. We haven't had to increase the voltage yet. Sometimes you need to increase voltage because it needs more power to hit those gigahertz. All right, I'm going to change camera views again so that I can log in without anyone seeing. Because this is my computer, you know? Okay. Back to this view. Hi, Google Drive, go away. All right. So I forgot what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, MSI Afterburner. Is it just me, or this feels quicker? This feels quicker. Like everything just feels more responsive. I don't know. It could just be an effect of me being excited. It happens. I get excited. I want to make sure we're not having any lagging or anything like that, because besides heating, you can also run into stability issues. I don't want stability issues. All right, so down here, what am I looking at? CPU usage. Here we go. CPU clock in megahertz, 4200 megahertz, which is 4.2 gigahertz. So that's cool. And I'd say it confirms we're running at that. Now I'm going to run the benchmarks for the CPU. And let's see what it puts us at. 4.2 gigahertz. This is kind of fun, kind of exciting. Been streaming almost 3 hours because it took me so long to get the cooler in there. Goes pretty quickly with the CPU benchmarks here. Yep, 4.2 gigahertz so far. And the processor hasn't even broken a sweat yet, honestly. Man, that was pretty quick. We're almost done already. Okay, so last time we broke into the 7,000s for our CPU score. Now, we were about 7,200 approximately. And we were in the 38th percentile. So now that we are running at 4.2 gigahertz, let's see what it puts us at. CPU single threaded, test running. Okay, it's just seeing what a single thread can do. Okay. Wow, that gave us even more. So we went from about 7,200 to into 7,600. That's another 400 for only 2 more gigahertz. That now we're in the 41st percentile. How half the world is running at probably 4.5 gigahertz plus is I don't know. I This might be skewed. I don't know. But hey, here we are. So since starting, we've gone from 6761.3 to 7677. That's almost 1,000. It's 900 higher, and we have gone up 6 percentiles. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So now I'm gonna close it down and take a look. I was just texting my brother about how it's going, how the processor hasn't even broken a sweat. Like, look at these temperatures. We're still okay. My voice is gone. We're still hanging at 40. Temperature, not an issue. Okay, we did like max out at 77. I think we're gonna hit 4.5 easy, honestly. All right, let's close out of this and restart. Here we go. Okay. So 4.5 gigahertz is the next step. Hopefully things are stable. Hopefully it has enough voltage. If not, then we will account for that. All right, show me something. No, don't start Windows. No! We missed the BIOS. Probably during that moment where the monitor was figuring out what to do with its life. All right, well, let's try this again. I'm just gonna hold several buttons here. I'm holding Escape, F2, F4, F8, F10, and F12. Hopefully one of these gets me into the BIOS. Oh, no, did I get in? I think I skipped it. I think I got out. No! We'll try again. I don't know why getting into the BIOS is so hard. It's because people want computers to start quick, so it doesn't give you a long time to get in. Oh, getting a lot of restarts here, that's for sure. All right, shutting down. I know one of the buttons that I had pressed did it. I just don't know which one. I should actually look at what button I'm supposed to press. No, why are you starting Windows? Stop. I want the BIOS. Hold F2. Wait. Hold F1, F2, F3, escape, or delete. Okay. I'll try those Fs. Gotta restart again. On the bright side, it's pretty quick about it. All right, so escape, F1, F2, F3, and delete. All right, just a moment here. All right, I'm holding all of those ones. I'm holding them. In fact, I'm pressing them repeatedly. Give me a BIOS. Hey, I did it. Okay, so I don't care about profiles. Go away. Well, that's a bit of a flaw. Can I select file? Fine, we'll do profile 1. Okay. I guess we're doing profile 1. I don't know. So, hop in here. All right, 4.2. Going 4, 5. 4.5 gigahertz. This was the goal. This is where we're going to try and hold it at. I might even go up to 5 gigahertz later this week, but I don't want to just keep pushing it in this one night. It needs time to figure itself out. And the voltage is still automatic. If it starts having stability issues, I will increase that. But for now, we're just gonna save and exit. And let's go run a test and see if 4.5 gigahertz is good. I think it's pretty good. Just gotta hope that it stays stable. Because, you know, stability is kind of important. Starting Windows. Pretty cool. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the part where I don't show you my password. So let me switch to that camera angle. Yeah. Gotta log in every time. Hi, Google Drive. Go away. All right. So we're going to open MSI Afterburner so we can see the beautiful graphs. And then I also need to go grab this benchmark thing. We do a benchmark every time, not just to see where it's at, but also run it through its paces and make sure that it's stable. Okay, so once again, let's take a look, make sure that things are what I think they are. Let's see, so if we hop down here, CPU temperature. Okay, so it's hanging out at about 60. Well, kind of going up and down, load and stuff. But it's not hanging out at 40 anymore. I can say that much for sure. It's definitely hanging out just a little higher. And we still gotta, do a benchmark and see where that goes. As far as how many gigahertz, that's 4.5 gigahertz right there. So, okay, well, let's do a benchmark. CPU benchmark, run. Here we go. 4.5 gigahertz. What can you do? If this is good, then I think I'll actually try running. What do I want to try? Maybe I'll do Minecraft and I'll see how quickly it can generate a world. That'd be a good test, right? Minecraft is a heavy game. I mean, yeah, it's a heavy game. All right, so it's making its way through. CPU test is usually a pretty quick one. Been streaming almost 3 hours. So 4.5 gigahertz. The idle CPU temperature, it's gone up about 10 degrees, from 40 to 50. Maybe I could actually reach 5 gigahertz. I just don't want to push it that far tonight, And there's the test. That was noticeably quicker, and that number is noticeably higher. Okay, so last time, we were at like 7,600 if I'm remembering right. Now we're at 8,240. Wow! We started tonight at 6761.3. Now we're at 8,240. That's we'll round a little bit. 1,500 points higher, and we've gone from the 35th percentile to the 43rd percentile. That's 8 percentiles. It's so good. I we're still not up to the 50th percentile, which would be average. I don't know how a 4.5 gigahertz quad core hyper-threaded, which is really just, it's like 8 cores. I don't know how that is is still below average, but go to 5 gigahertz. Oh man, All right. Well, tell you what. I'm just gonna generate a world in Minecraft. Gonna see how quickly that goes. I don't have a metric on how long it took before, but all right. Let's see. I need pull up my games. I got a lot of games. There's Minecraft. Now we're just gonna play offline because, well, the internet's not connected. All right. We'll just have these graphs in the background. We'll let them do their graphing thing for a minute. We're running 4.2 gigahertz at the moment. Loading bar, just get eaten up. Okay, now it's actually still. This loading bar always has a little hiccup at the end. Always, every single time. Okay, actually, I'm going to load up an existing world first. Right now we're testing for stability. Can I play Minecraft? That's an important thing to know. Okay, this is taking some time. I don't know. I don't know if this is heavy on the CPU or what when it's actually doing this. But Minecraft overall has gotten heavier. So, all right. Well, it seems nice enough. This is my half-built world in the sky. Normally, it does struggle loading, and it's loading, but it's still taking some time. Yeah, I don't know. Like, how's my render distance? Can we push that up? 20 chunks? Ah, let's go 32. Simulation distance? I don't know what that is. Max frame rate? Ah, unlimited. Fancy. Smooth lighting. Maximum is the maximum it can go. That makes sense. Can we? I think that's everything. So yeah, we can't push it any higher. So done, done. Back to game. I think it just got smoother. Oh, that's because I increased the frame rate. I'm silly. No, like it's handling it fine though. Like, uh, I need to make sure I have enough rockets before I start going places. I mean, some things aren't rendering in right away, but I think that's just Minecraft. I think it's handling it well enough. And I know I'm just doing a camera pointed at a screen. Give me a break. Okay, just got a little framey right there. I don't remember where I keep my rockets. Do I keep them in this one? Aha! Rockets. Okay, it's actually getting a little laggy right there. That is interesting, though. Excuse me. Been talking for 3 hours. Hmm. I mean, it's doing well enough at least. And these are like max settings, you know. So, hi zombies. Okay, it just lags when I look at that up there. It's probably because I have too much stuff in the same chunk. All right, well, we're gonna quit out of that. I'm gonna see what a new world takes. So, I don't know what I should call this. Like all the gigahertz. It's only 4.5. We don't need any special world. Allow cheats, just reasons. All right, let's see how long it takes to put this together. All right, that was quick enough. It's not having really any jitteriness or waiting initially. Again, going creative. What I need is to move fast. So I'm gonna give myself some elytra and some rockets, and I'm gonna try and like get new chunks loaded as quick as I can. Let's go. Let's load new stuff. Load new stuff. I mean, it's taking its time, but it's not stopping, you know? If I go diagonal, it's going to make it harder because it's going to have more to load. Oh yeah, I'm offline, so I don't even get my skin. Well, it's loading the chunks well enough. It's and this is max graphics, max all the things. I even maxed some things that I didn't even know what they were, but I would say very successful. Running this just fine, and pretty good stability test too. Um, ooh, I know what we can do. Skyrim. No, Skyrim's an old game. I can't go through my Steam library and check stuff. Well, hey, should we push it to 4.5 gigahertz? Because I feel like we could. Like, let's see what chat has to say. I can't read chat while I'm doing the stuff on the computer. Get higher than average. I have a 6 gigahertz gaming laptop, and that loading bar in MCC always still gets hung at the end. Oh yeah, Minecraft. Yep. It's best because you're offline. It might be. Well, let's look at these graphs. Take a good hard look. So CPU usage. I mean, it took full advantage of my 4.5 gigahertz to run Minecraft. It definitely took advantage there. For the megahertz, running 4.5 most of the time here. There's some drop offs where I guess it just doesn't have anything to calculate. I do have 4 hyper-threaded cores, basically 8 cores. Got my octa-core. Okay, and then CPU usage. Temperatures here. Okay, apparently we hit 90 way back here. 100 is kind of the limit, Okay. Well, here's what we'll do. We're gonna go for 5 gigahertz. We're gonna go for 5 gigahertz, and we're gonna run the benchmark and see if that puts us above average. And if not, I'm gonna drop back to 4.5. 4.5 is kind of my safe. Oh well, now that I'm seeing some of these other core temperatures, this one hit 96. 100 is like don't cross. I can tell that this was during the benchmark that it hit that. No, I want it. I want to hit 5, but at the same time, I don't want to melt my CPU. So I'm not going 5. Until I saw that, I was thinking about going 5 gigahertz. But it's all fun and games until you melt your computer. We're already a full gigahertz higher than we started at. So, well, the last thing I'm going to do to wrap this up here, I'm going to run the benchmark one more time, the full benchmark, and I'm going to see where that puts us. I like how it shows the different, parts on the motherboard here. I don't know. It's just nice. It can recognize I have 4 sticks of RAM. That's cool. All right, we're going to run the full benchmark. So the CPU test obviously should be better, but if other stuff is better, that'd be pretty cool too. Yeah, with that peak temperature getting into the 90s, that makes me not want to push to 5 gigahertz because, I only need a few degrees more to cross over 100. That's in the danger zone. So, yeah. Push it to 4.5 or 5. Oh, we're already at 4.5 gigahertz right now. Yeah. Yeah, with the temperatures where they're at, I'm not going to push it any further. If I had liquid cooling, I could probably go a whole nother gigahertz, but I don't have liquid cooling, so not going to go another gigahertz. Yep. All right. CPU stuff going pretty quickly, as it does. Yep. So overall, our increase for the CPU has been from a score of about 6,700 to about 8,200. Still below average because 50th percentile means average. Um, so, we got to do all this and we're still below average. Oh, it's silly. Yeah, 35th percentile to 43rd percentile. Apparently, I can overclock RAM too. No, but my RAM is one thing that doesn't need overclocking. I have 32 gigabytes, and the test on here, the RAM test, is one of the best scores. So yeah, I think the RAM can be left alone. Overclocking is fun though. I already overclocked my graphics card. Um, does pretty great. Yeah, my RAM is the only one that's above average. It's in the 55th percentile, just a little above average. But yeah, the RAM is already above average. It's everything else that needs to catch up. Everything else needs to catch up. All right, so we're just doing our 3D stuff here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. This is fun. I also realized the music stopped, so I'm gonna turn the music on again. My arm's gonna get in the way. Ah, it's an elbow. I keep walking on this carpet and then shocking myself. All right, elbow, be gone. Okay, so that was the. Oh, well, there's more graphics tests. Oh yeah, we still have the wrinkly ball thing to do. We have the particles, and yeah, we still got a lot of tests to do. Excuse me. Yep. I think after this, I'll end the stream because I've been streaming for 3 hours. We did hit 4.5 gigahertz, which I'm very happy about. So that's cool. Yeah, the automatic voltage seems to be just fine. So good job, BIOS, automatically figuring out the voltage. Yep, we hit 4.5 gigahertz. I know on newer processors, like let's say I were to upgrade to a Ryzen processor, um, I could probably push that to like 6 with the same cooling setup. This thing would absolutely need liquid cooling, maybe nitrogen, to reach 6. The CPU is like 9 years old. Uh, it would definitely need some help. But it's not a bad CPU either. You know, we're at 4.5 gigahertz, 8 cores reliably. So, I mean, you don't need a lot more than that, even if you can get it. I'm just talking at this point. 3D graphics are almost done. These particles are pretty cool. Yeah, now I can see why people get so excited about overclocking RAM. Like, oh, I hit 4.5 gigahertz. Oh, I hit 5 gigahertz. Ha, amateurs. I hit 6. Yeah. That's cool. I like all the particle and I don't know what you'd call this. I guess particles. I like all the particle effects. All right, so now we're going to test the RAM. And the RAM is the only thing I had that was above average. How 32 gigabytes of RAM? Well, I know there's more than capacity to it. There's also clock speed with RAM. But still, I mean, how overall I'm still below average is mind-boggling. More than half the world has a better computer than me. At least more than half people that have done these performance tests. Ah, that must be it. People would only want to do performance tests if they think they might do kind of good on it. Well, in any case, RAM test is almost done. Then we just gotta get the drives tested, and that'll be it. We are getting close to the end. 4.5 gigahertz. After this is done, I want to open Task Manager and just see if it also recognizes that I'm at 4.5 gigahertz, just to make sure. I don't imagine either of these would be lying to me, but it is at least interesting to me. All right, so we are testing my storage now. If it's testing the SSD, then that should do pretty well compared to other ones. But if it's testing the hard drives, those aren't really special. They're just a 6 and a 4 terabyte, and they're 5400 RPM, which is the regular slow speed for one of those. I don't know. Those would definitely drag this score down, unless the score includes storage capacity, because who has 10 terabytes? So we didn't play much today. What next stream? No. I'll figure that one out. I don't know. Like if I hadn't been talking for 3 hours, I might have done more after this. Unfortunately, the computer stuff took a lot longer than I had hoped. Yeah, I wanted to do some gaming after this, but unfortunately, my voice is barely hanging on. It's hanging on by a thread. I'm gonna drink some water. Well, let's see. Tomorrow's Saturday. I could do a special stream. I've been wanting to get back to Baba Is You. But I should sleep on that one. Don't need to make rash decisions now. Also, 4.5 gigahertz. More than half the world have not cheap computers. Some are advanced than others. Yeah, that's true. Some people have some actually pretty good computers. Also, Stinky YT. Sorry I missed your comment. Hi. I say hi back to you. We are getting close to the end of our test here. And this will be like the final results, What does 4.5 gigahertz really get me? This is going to show that. Temperature-wise, we've been pretty all right. We did hit 97 degrees at one point. Anyway, so we have our final results here. So here, I'm not sure if you can even see very well. So originally, and I'll just point out, we did get some major gains here. Originally, our overall score was 266.4 in the 3rd percentile. Now our score is 317.3 in the 4th percentile. CPU went from 6761 to 8234. That's about a 1500 point increase, going from the 35th percentile to the 43rd percentile. 2D graphics actually also went up. Maybe it has something to do with the CPU. I don't know. It went from 17.6 to 21.1. Went from the 3rd percentile to the 4th percentile. Still abysmal, but it went up. Excuse me. And then 3D graphics basically stayed the same. 5800, 5800, 44th percentile. Memory, that's RAM. That actually went up a couple hundred points too. Went from 2643 to 2815, going from the 55th percentile to the 63rd percentile. So our RAM actually got a little bit of a bump too. And then finally, disk storage, all that good stuff. It went up 30 points, went from 2135 to 2163. Okay, fine, 28 points. Still, excuse me, 17th percentile on that one. So overall, we did go up. The 2D graphics went up as well. So I went from the 3rd percentile to the 4th percentile overall, and CPU and all that. The one thing I find interesting though, CPU went up 15 percentiles. No, it went up 8 percentiles. My bad. 35 to 43 went up 8 percentiles. My RAM also went up 8 percentiles. Went from 55 to 63. So I have a better RAM setup than 2/3 of the world. So anyway, well, I think that's going to be all for tonight. I am losing my voice. We did achieve 4.5 gigahertz. I don't want to push further. Oh, don't do sad music right now. This is completely inappropriate for the moment. Oh, that's the end song. That's the end stream song. Oh no. Excuse me. All right, yeah, so we're going to end the stream. We did achieve 4.5 gigahertz. Our temperatures at their peak definitely got high, though. Like 97 is the highest number I saw. 100 degrees is like don't cross, danger. But just like idling running temperature, that's still pretty low, like down in the 50s, which is great. What else can I say? Well, you know, to the few people that stuck around, thank you so much for sticking around. Hey, no need to flex on the 4.5 gigahertz. Yeah, that is higher than most still, despite what this test might say. Yep. So, yeah, we're actually down to like 33 degrees on the CPU temperature. So the peak does get up there, 97. Actually, this last test didn't even like get it that high. But the first one earlier did. Anyway, yeah, 97 was the high, and so that's. I'm just not going to push to 5 gigahertz. Otherwise, I would. Anyway, I don't really see any other graphs here that I might want to show. CPU's getting used. That's cool. And to confirm, we're at 4.5 gigahertz, and we're stable. Well, with that, let me change my camera view here. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I'm JoeMan543. Thanks for joining me on this journey, getting to 4.5 gigahertz. That's 8 cores of 4.5 gigahertz. So it's a lot of speed spread out over several cores. Anyway, I'm JoeMan543. I normally do streams on Fridays at 7 p.m., but I'm starting a new job soon, and I have school. I'm a college student. Life busy. We'll see. I don't want to promise anything. But whenever my next thing is, turn on notifications, by the way, I will see you there. So it's kind of awkward because I got to reach over and fade to black. But anyway, see y'all next time. Peace.